Have you ever tagged a company and they say, hey, use this hashtag and we'll be able to share your content? I'd be very careful with that. Oftentimes those hashtags that brands are telling you to use are linked to hidden terms and conditions. So you might actually be signing into something that you don't know you're actually signing into. Hey guys, this is Sydney Mary and this is Retired College Athletes, a platform designed to inspire and inform all athletes using stories from retired college athletes. I'm not a big fan of long intros, so let's go ahead and jump into this. Quick disclaimer here, I'm not a lawyer, but I did get a lot of this information from lawyers. I'll link some resources down below for you guys to check out. I just wanted to let you guys know that so you can make the best decisions with the information I'm giving you, knowing that I am not a lawyer myself. So a lot of you may know that student athletes can now make money off of their name, image, and likeness. As a retired college athlete, this is so exciting. I mean, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I wish this would have happened when I was in college, but now that it's here, it's awesome and I'm so happy for you guys. So my first piece of advice is around contracts. You should definitely have a contract if you're going to be working with a company. And you may know that already, and that's great, but a lot of people have questions about when they should get a contract with a company. Oftentimes you'll be chatting with a company in your DMs or in your email, and once you kind of come to the terms of what that deal is going to be like, you should get it in a contract. They'll oftentimes send you a contract and you can review it and only sign it if you feel completely comfortable. I've seen a lot of student athletes say, hey, my DMs are open, and that's awesome. Definitely keep your DMs open, but it's really important that you move quickly from your DMs to email. The reason why I say you should move from your DMs to your email is because at this time, it's kind of on the fence whether DMs can be used as legal documentation. If you move to your email, that can definitely be used in the court of law to kind of prove your point. So if you told a brand that you would do this and they would compensate you a specific amount and they don't do that, you can take that to court and be like, hey, they said that right here. But you can't really do that with DMs. And so I want to make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves, that you're putting yourself in the best position to succeed. So it's really important that you move from DMs to email and then to contract pretty quickly. My second piece of advice is around usage and exclusivity. Usage is basically how will they be using the content you're giving them? Will they be using it in a social post? Will they be using it on a billboard? Those are two completely separate things, and I want you to be compensated the right way for whichever one you decide to do. And then exclusivity means that brands will often only want you to work with them and not their competitors. It's really important that you ask them to put their competitors in writing. Have them write it out so you know exactly who those companies are. I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to make money just because you don't want to work with a brand because you think they're a competitor of whoever you're currently working with. I want you to have as much money in your pocket as possible, and this is one of the ways to guarantee that you can make as much money off of your name, image, and likeness. My next piece of advice is around perpetuity, or what would often be seen as perpetual in a lot of contracts. Oftentimes brands will sneak this in a contract, and what they're trying to get out of it is that whatever content you produce for them, they can use it perpetually, which means forever. And you don't want that because you want to be properly compensated for whatever you give them. So make sure that your contracts are not perpetual, that they're over a course of time. So 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever that looks like for you. But you'll definitely want to be able to renew the contract and possibly change the terms. My fourth piece of advice is around hashtags. Have you ever tagged a company and they say, hey, use this hashtag and we'll be able to share your content? I'd be very careful with that. Oftentimes those hashtags that brands are telling you to use are linked to hidden terms and conditions. So you might actually be signing into something that you don't know you're actually signing into. Oftentimes what happens is you'll use that hashtag, and that means that brands can use your content wherever they want to for whenever they want to. So you might find yourself years later in a magazine or on a billboard, on social media, and you're not getting compensated for that. We want to make sure that you're getting compensated for everything you produce. So be very careful with that. And my fifth and final piece of advice is to consider creating a business entity. This is really important because it protects you. So what is a business entity? Oftentimes it's an LLC, an S corporation, or a C corporation, but I think an LLC will fit the needs of what you're looking for right now. Without a business entity, you're considered a sole proprietor, and this is a little dangerous in business because if anything happens to your business, they come after you, the person, and all of your assets. You may be thinking right now, I don't really have a lot of assets, so it's not a big deal. And that may be true, but later on you will have assets and you'll probably want them protected. Another thing around business entities is if you have one, make sure to sign your contracts as the business, not as yourself. This is just an extra layer of protection that keeps companies from coming after you, the person, instead of you, the business. With that said, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm really excited for you student athletes that can now make money off of your name, image, and likeness, but I want you to be protected. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like and subscribing for similar content. I'll see you guys in the next video.